Privetania! My name is Elizaveta, and I'm going to tell you a Slavic fairy tale called Vasilisa the Beautiful. Like all good folk tales start, Vasilisa was born to a father and her mother, except her mother died at a young age, leaving her father all alone looking for love and widowed. Her father went out and he met a lovely woman. She was young, she was beautiful, but she had 2 wicked stepchildren that would soon become his stepchildren. They were her children, and she was so mean to Vasilisa. So the family moves in and they send Vasilisa out to the field to work all day, hoping that the sun will beat upon her skin and make it boil and blemish and make her age, to take away her beauty. But before her mother died, Vasilisa was given a gift of a doll. It was a small wooden doll, which I don't have, but I do have this doll here. So for this story, I will continue with this doll here. So Vasilisa was given this doll by her mother, and her mother told her, Vasilisa, darling, whenever you get afraid, whenever you need help, give your doll food. Ask your doll for help. Your doll will help you. I will be with you through your doll. And her mother promptly died. So Vasilisa had her doll and she kept it in her pocket and she went out into the fields all day. And she slaved away, but she had fed her doll. And her doll helped her by bringing her herbs to clear her skin of any welts from the sun. So Vasilisa retained her beauty and in fact became even more beautiful over time. And her doll helped her clear the fields. Her stepmother was astonished and mad about this. So she sent her off into the woods and she said, Vasilisa, I need a light for this house. All around me there is lights and I've blown all of them out. You need to go find one. Go into the forest, go deep until you see this house that rests on chicken bones. This is the house of Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga will give you a light. Now Vasilisa, go. Vasilisa was scared. She fed her doll and she went off into the woods and she tells her doll, I'm scared. What do I do? And her doll's like, Vasilisa, don't be scared. It is going to be okay. We're going to go find Baba Yaga and we're going to do as she says so that we get a light to bring back to our family. And so she goes off into the woods. And as she's walking, she ends up at this vast house that rests on chicken bones, and it rests with bone fences around it and skulls making posts at the entrance. Vasilisa's scared. From behind her, she hears Baba Yaga right up on her mortar. And she goes, Child, what are you doing here? Who are you? Who sent you? And she's mad. There's a stranger on her property. And Vasilisa tells her, I'm here. I mean no trouble. I came here for a light. And Baba Yaga says, my darling, I will give you a light if you come inside and you help me with tasks. I will make you make me dinner. And then tomorrow morning you shall wake up and you shall take the corns and you should separate the kernels by color and you should take all the black specks out of it, and all this will take you all day. But I also need you to wash the linens and rake the fields and make the beds and cook dinner again. And right now I need a feast for 10 men. Let's go. So Vasilisa goes inside and she cooks a feast. And her doll helps her. And that night, Baba Yaga eats all of the feast and leaves Vasilisa alone with her doll and nothing to eat except the crust of the bread that was left. So Vasilisa gives her doll the crust of the bread and she says, I'm scared. I don't have the time to do this tomorrow. What do I do? And her doll tells her, Vasilisa, don't worry. Tomorrow I shall help you. Just go to bed, wake up, and do these tasks like you've been told. It will be okay. So the next day, Vasilisa gets up and she does some of these tasks, but she goes into the silo to sort the corn and she realizes that her doll is already there sorting and has sorted a majority of this corn already. So Vasilisa, all she really has to do is make dinner. And her doll tells her, Vasilisa, I've done everything. Go make dinner. And so Vasilisa goes into the kitchen and she cooks dinner for Baba Yaga that night. Baba Yaga comes home and she's like, What? What have you, how have you done this? And Vasilisa tells her, I have the blessing of my mother with me. And Baba Yaga says, I don't want blessed children in my house. Go, leave. You wanted a light? Here is a light. And she takes a skull from the fence and she hands it to Vasilisa and sends Vasilisa along her way. Vasilisa returns home with her skull in her hand. And she says to her stepmother, I have brought you a light. And none of the lights in this house are on right now because none of the lights work until the skull enters the house. And the skull has glowing eyes and it pierces her mother, and her mother disintegrates into a pile of ash on the floor. And Vasilisa lives happily ever after. The end. Baka.